All right, my fellow Americans. So, as I'm sure we all know by now, a couple of guardsmen were shot yesterday in DC. Now, a little bit about me. I am a veteran myself, military, police, and also transportation. Um, Served 10 years total, a couple of enlistments. I got out, then went back in. I just couldn't get enough. And then I got out of my system the second go around. The interesting thing is, I was gonna say the funny thing is, but people have a hard time with the English language. Um, I'm gonna touch on this one thing real quick, and then I'll get to the main subject. But they actually are combined. They actually are intertwined. My big concern when I first saw the headline yesterday was actually that it would have been a native-born citizen. That would have made things far, far worse. The gravity of the consequences that would have fallen out had it actually been a native-born citizen would have been far, far worse. The fact that as an Afghani national is obviously going to make things considerably worse on the Afghani people, especially considering who is the current president. And it's going to make people overreact and be alarmist. But the fact of the matter is that considering how wide open this country is and the fact that we face next to no real terrorism threat is really amazing. Because you look at countries, like Israel, look at it. On a Black Friday, the fact that we don't have somebody with certain things strapped to their bodies that don't go off at certain big box stores on a Black Friday, that would inspire real terror. That would be a real freaking terror attack. If we were under real threat, that would be what's happening on a day called tomorrow. On a Black Friday, that would be real terror. Can you imagine what this country would be like if something like that happened? And it would be so freaking easy. We don't have real terrorism threats here, okay? Because that wouldn't require the CIA to really be looking out for that because there are supposed splinter cells, and we received intelligence reports like this when I was in the Army way back in I first enlisted back in 2000. My first deployment was in 2003, and we were receiving intel briefs well before that deployment about various splinter cells all over even my home state of Virginia that existed. So we've known these cells existed, yet we're not getting these attacks. So, WTF on that one. So anyways, seriously, my condolences, thoughts and prayers to these individuals, all that fun stuff. But I'm sorry that my brothers and sisters even got to be out there on these BS deployments to help make the streets safer. They're out there unarmed, unarmored, at risk, wide open, easy targets for these deranged individuals who do have extreme ideologies, easy targets to face anger over our petty president that are putting these individuals at risk. And right now they're following these lawful orders. We're not going to get into the following unlawful order thing. I don't need to get wrapped up in that bullshit. But the fact of the matter is, y'all, I'm a big preacher of situational awareness. Stay alert, stay alive. And, who knows if this is a precursor, if this is going to fire up some people who do hold those extreme ideologies and who have been just waiting for that pebble to trickle down the mountain and cause that ripple effect in the pond, and who may just happen to follow up and finally take that step, who will do those things I've been wondering if someone was finally going to do over the last 24 years. So just be careful, especially over the course of the next 24 to 48 hours. Be vigilant. Again, stay alert, stay alive, head on a swivel, watch your six. If you got a little something, keep it on you. I always do. Peace out.